Alrighty, what's up guys? Another day, another video. This one a special one just because I'm really excited. Got back-to-back exclusive access on the Nike SNKRS app. To date, I've only gotten blessed with exclusive access or early access via the Nike SNKRS app only a handful of times. And if you don't know what EA is, it's essentially like a lottery on the Nike SNKRS app where you're selected at random to be eligible to purchase an exclusive pair either before its release date or some special occasion or some second chance, etc, etc. No matter how Nike puts it, it's really unclear how people end up with EA on certain drops. I'd say it's random, but in my experience and what I've seen on Twitter, it's really your results may vary. The algorithm or logistics or mechanics of EA can be a whole video in itself, but we're here to talk about these two sneakers that I was able to hit on back to back. Before we dive into the sneakers, be sure to follow me on Instagram at StuffDylanLikes. I've shared these pickups already via 2 posts, so if you want to see content way before these videos, you'll follow me over there. And as much as I'm picking up sneakers like this or sneakers like this, I need to sell some things and make room in the collection, so be sure to go check the description as well. You can find my listing page for a bunch of stuff that I'm selling from the collection. Anyway, starting with this first pair, we're going chronologically here. These are a Nike Air Max 1 PRM or Premium in a colorway of white, dark Marina blue. Got them in my true size of a 9.5. And if you don't know what these are the Blueprint Air Max 1s. So like I mentioned, these are dubbed as the Blueprint Air Max 1, and they released back on March 26th of 2022. And if you don't know what significance that date has, it's Air Max Day. Nike did sort of a second chance exclusive access on these, and I was blessed with that second chance on April 27th of 2022. So referring back to Air Max Day of March 26th, Nike typically every year does some sort of special Air Max, whether it's paying tribute to old silhouettes or creating new ones. This specific release was part of a pack of 3. It was a pack of 3 regional exclusives, and with me being here in the US, this was the North American pair. I think of the 3 as well, this was probably the best looking one. Although I will say I did pass on this back in March, just because if you check out this video, March was a very busy month for me, so secondary sneakers like this probably weren't a necessity. But being I got a second chance on them, I figured I couldn't pass it up, and here we are with them. So these are themed after the Air Max 1 being a popularized silhouette throughout the world. And just getting quick into the materials, you know, it's a combination of white mesh, some Durabuck in both a light blue and white coloring. Each swoosh has this sort of grid pattern nodding to the composition of blueprints. Let's see, at the heel, you'll see this cool globe embroidery and classic Nike Air logo. And again, that's sort of touching on that theme of having a global reach, the Air Max 1 silhouette. Some more gridline themes there at the Air Max tag at the tongue. On the inside, you have a cool little insole graphic as well, showing both the world and sort of the composition of the Air Max 1 and how it's layered. They come strapped up with this light blue lace, which has a 326 insignia there near the lace tips. They also come with a white set of laces, which I'll probably end up rolling with if I decide to wear these. You get a nice milky white midsole and air sole unit there. And the bottom is arguably my favorite part of the sneaker, which is this translucent blue outsole in that traditional Air Max 1 traction pattern. These aren't super highly coveted. I know a lot of people, including myself, were kind of underwhelmed. When you think of an occasion such as Air Max Day, I think this release was kind of weak, I'm not gonna lie. But generally, the colorway is pretty nice. I'm a sucker for a light blue like this. It's almost reminiscent of like a university blue. But a mini swoosh like that, also I'm a sucker for little logos like that, especially on the Air Max 1, so I really can't complain. $160 retail for a pair of Air Max 1s isn't bad. Resale market isn't so bad on them either. So if this is a sneaker that you missed out on both on the EA and the original release, definitely recommend going and finding them while you can, because these are going to skyrocket in price over time, as do most Air Max 1s. It's really a supply and demand thing. Anyway, this one's sort of an appetizer for the next pickup, which is clearly going to be a bigger one, so let's kick over to that right now. Okay, so diving into this next one, this logo up top, when the sun hits it right or a light hits it right, it's probably a dead giveaway. These are a Kobe 6 Protro in a colorway of black and white. Super simple. And we'll take them out. And yes, you'll see what these are. I've already tried them on. These ones straight on feet as soon as they landed in the mail here. So this is the Kobe 6 Protro, dubbed as the Mambacita, or the Sweet 16, and it pays tribute to the late Gigi Bryant and the Mamba and Mambacita Foundation. So this is probably my best Nike sneakers win period, and I've had some pretty good ones come in over the last few years. It was May 1st when these released. I checked my phone and saw that sneakers notification, jumped on it immediately. I was frantically trying to check out, and after so many tries, I was fortunate enough to get through. I know a lot of people weren't able to check out, which is sad, but that's sort of the name of the game when it comes to sort of EA as well. It's a while supplies last kind of thing. These have been covered all over the media, not only just YouTube, but a bunch of sneaker outlets and even the news, I'd imagined. But we'll dive into these sneakers really quickly. So it's a pretty simple sneaker and it's bare bones. It's a colorway of black and white as mentioned on the box. The uppers on here are in that sort of black snakeskin inspired upper, as a tribute obviously to Kobe's Black Mamba persona. So this number 2 here signifies Gigi Bryant's AAU basketball jersey number, and it's stamped both here and here on both heel counters of the sneaker. This little logo here on the back is the Mamba and Mambacita Sports Foundation crest, following Kobe and Gigi's names on the back there. The one thing about these is these are a basketball sneaker in their roots, so it's sort of like a one-piece sock fit. Again, it's made for playing on court, so it's a super comfortable sneaker. You get signature Zoom Air technology at the sole. Outsole there, you get a nice rigid pattern, great for traction on court. And I've got to say, I guess while speaking of that, sizing, these definitely run a bit snug. I got these in my true size of a 9.5. I have another pair of Kobe 6s in the stash over there in a size 10, and those fit way better. So definitely recommend going up half a size if you haven't had a Kobe 6 before. And I guess historically speaking, the Kobe 6 initially came out in 2011, and I really like that era of time because it brings me back to high school. And to me, that was peak sort of Nike basketball sneakers. I know like LeBron 8, LeBron 9 era of sneakers was in line with these Kobe 6s, Kobe 5s. These definitely hold a special place in my heart, not this specific pair, but just Kobe 6s in general. I wasn't able to grab any Kobe 6s in the past, but now I have a nice little Kobe collection going on, which is great to see. And the Protro aspect of it as well. Obviously the needs and demands of current athletes changes over time, and the Protro aspect is essentially Nike's initiative of bringing back old sneakers and, refurbishing them to meet the physical needs that these players need on court. Anyway, super glad to have these as both a basketball fan, Kobe fan, sneaker collector, all of that stuff mishmashed into one. This is definitely a cool sneaker to have. I know it was sort of a mess trying to grab these as well on the, I believe, Mambacita website. Same morning these dropped, it was nearly impossible to get them. And I know a lot of real fans will complain that they got snubbed, but essentially it is what it is. I think people need to realize that they can't hit on every release, and generally there weren't a whole lot of pairs of these to go around, so luck comes in waves, and I was lucky enough to have these. These are definitely staying in the collection. I probably won't ever move these. So at least one pair of the very few to go around are staying in a good home. I guess the upside here is Vanessa Bryant and Nike worked out the whole deal. There's a little hiatus where they weren't able to meet an agreement, but it seems like they're in good standing now. So hopefully Kobe sneakers will be more accessible to common folks like us, hopefully over the next few months, so we'll definitely stay tuned on that. But that wraps up this video that I intended to be super short. It turned out to be a little longer than I'd like, but it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think of both of these pickups in the comment section below. While you're down there, definitely let me know if you were able to get exclusive access on this pair, or really any pair. Would love to hear about it. I already mentioned socials, I already plugged my sneaker selling stuff, so we'll leave it at that. I appreciate you guys as always. Thanks for the viewership. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.